Hello and welcome to Inyo Pool's How-To Guide section. In this video, we're going to discuss how to replace pool pump gaskets. If you have a leak spraying out of the seal between the pool pump housing and the motor assembly, you probably need to replace the housing gasket between the two units. We recommend that when you pull the pool pump motor assembly to replace this gasket, you also replace the diffuser gasket within the motor assembly. Before you pull the pool pump apart, check to make sure the pump bolts are secure. The pool pump is held together with 6 bolts. Hand tighten these bolts with a socket wrench. If one or more of these was loose, you might have found an easy fix for your leak. Assuming that you could not fix your leak by tightening the bolt, your first step is to order gaskets for the pool pump. You should have these on hand before starting your pump repair. You can order the pool pump gaskets separately or order a gasket package, also known as a Go Kit, that includes the 4 gaskets and seals required for general pump repair. This how-to video addresses replacement of the housing and diffuser gaskets. Replacement of the strainer gasket and shaft seal are covered in other how-to videos. Note, these gaskets are all generally unique to the make and model of the pump. For example, one set will fit only the Hayward Super 2 pump. Order the set of gaskets specified for your pump's make and model. First, turn off the power to the pump to stop suction. Next, you will have to relieve the pressure that has built up in the pool pump and water line. Note the pressure on the pressure gauge. It will typically read between 15 and 20 psi. Note this value for future reference when you restart the pump. To relieve pressure, turn the air relief valve on top of the pool filter counterclockwise. Water will spray out initially as you see the pressure on the pressure gauge go to 0 psi. To extract the motor pump assembly from the pump housing, first remove the 6 9/16 bolts that bind the motor pump assembly to the housing. Keep track of the washers. Now, pull the assembly apart from the housing. Check to ensure the pool pump diffuser came out with the motor assembly. Pull the pool pump diffuser away from the motor assembly. It should snap off easily. Turn the pool pump diffuser over and ensure that it's free of debris. Check that the pool pump impeller is not clogged with debris. Pull any debris out. If necessary, use a stiff wire or small screwdriver to work the debris out of the slots. Slip the old diffuser gasket off the pool pump diffuser and replace it with the new gasket. Put a thin coat of lubrication on the diffuser gasket. Ensure that the new gasket is seated to the stop. Snap on the pool pump diffuser. No screws are required. Ensure that the part of the diffuser labeled top is aligned with the top labeled on the seal plate. Pull the housing gasket out of its groove in the pool pump housing. Clean out the groove in the pool pump housing assembly. A small screwdriver covered with a layer of cloth works effectively. Insert the new housing gasket in its groove. These new gaskets are tight. You may have to have someone hold half of the gasket in the groove while you're inserting the other half. Put a thin coat of lubrication on the gasket. Use a good pool part lubrication. Some common lubricators, like Vaseline, will deteriorate gaskets. Clean off the surface on the seal plate that will come in contact with the pool pump house gasket. Replace the motor assembly back into the pump housing. Insert and tighten the 6 bolts that bind the motor assembly to the pump housing. To ensure that the motor assembly seats properly inside the housing, loosely tighten bolts in the alternating sequence: 1, 3, 5, 2, 4, and then 6. Then go back and tighten them down again in the same sequence. This is important for proper operation of the pool pump. Hand tighten firmly. Since the water drains out of the pool pump when you opened it up, you will have to prime the pool pump before turning it on. Open up the strainer and fill the strainer pot with water. Clean any debris out of the strainer basket while it's open. Close strainer lid securely. Turn on power to the pool pump to restart pressuring the system. The air relief valve on the filter should still be open. As the pressure builds, air will be released through the relief valve. When water starts to spray out of the valve, turn the valve clockwise to close it. Check that the pressure gauge reads at your operational value. This value varies from system to system. You should see water flowing through your strainer. If you have any additional questions, please feel free to call us toll-free at 1-877-372-6038 or visit us online at www.enyopools.com.